Hey guys, Multiclass Gamer here. Welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I think I went one room ahead where I was supposed to be, so... well, it doesn't matter, but basically this is where this door leads to the door I was looking at the end of the last episode, so don't worry. Don't worry about that. I didn't skip too far ahead. Okay, so anyways, we got these water jars again. You know, jars of water in them. That's what I mean by it when I say water jars. You know, what could I possibly mean by that? But we also got one of these guys again. Now, you can already tell just by the look of this that... Wait, did we even have this guy before? I don't think we had... I don't think we encountered this enemy yet. But basically... this enemy is very annoying, especially in a circumstance like this where it's on a platform. There are one or two things you can do with this guy. You can stun it by simply doing a jump attack at the right time. I'm going to try to do it right here. Oops. That didn't go so well. Yeah, you're going to... There's a lot of trial and error with this room, especially if you're a beginner. I am not a beginner, so that was inexcusable right there. Basically, when it opens its jaws like that, you can stun it and cause it to... Well, normally, if it doesn't fall into lava first, it will turn into a ball. And you can actually pick it up and do a number of different things with that. You can also destroy it in that form too. But either way, these guys aren't difficult. Not you know, when you have to deal with just them and not a circumstance like this. Now these guys are impervious to lava, so you gotta find other ways to defeat them. But the main thing is that you don't really have to worry about this guy. You just need to get him out of the way so you can. Okay, not do that, but you want to use those jars actually to make a platform for yourself. Point is, we just need to get rid of this guy. There we go. But knocking him into lava is not going to do anything. So what you need to do is you need to do a parry attack. That's the surefire way to kill these guys instantly. So wait for him to come back out of the lava here. All right. So this is the first episode I am recording as part of like a recording session that resulted. Well, this is my first time recording after getting back from my 4-day weekend that I had. That ended on June 28th, and we seriously have to fight this guy again just because I died there. Like, seriously, how am I supposed to kill this guy without falling into lava? Seriously. Okay. Now, I don't know exactly what else to try here. I mean, like, we could also just ignore him. We could try that. Let's do that. Let's just ignore him. Actually, yeah, it seems to be the thing to do. Oh, God. Yeah, because he just goes right back into lava, so there you go. So basically, whenever you throw these create these platforms on these lava spires that go up and down, you can use it as a platform to get you up to locations you otherwise could not possibly reach. No way, no how. And this leads us to the room that gives access to the boss. As you can see, there's a boss door right there. But you need a special key in order to reach those types of doors. That will give you access to the dungeon's boss. We still got quite a bit of this dungeon left. But as you can see, the skull marks for the bosses. You know, it shows you what floor it's on and where on the floor it is. You know, once you have both the compass and the dungeon map. So we've already seen where the boss lurks, but we still have quite a bit of this dungeon left to explore here. We still got some unopened treasure chests here. So obviously we're not ready to take on the boss quite yet. As easy as the boss is, I probably shouldn't spoil that. So, anyways, we're going to just crack some skulls here. And then we're going to, I mean, like, obviously it's not as gruesome as it sounds, like it would be in real life. But anyways, you want to destroy this boulder. This is very important. It's because it is the third warp pot in this dungeon. So basically you can go straight from this warp pot to the very beginning of the dungeon, you know, and vice versa. So there you go. Nice little shortcut for you. So this door takes us right back outside again, which we were in the last episode. And there he is, Valu. We have made it very far here. We're at the very top of the mountain here, but obviously I have the feeling that just simply talking to Valu is not exactly going to solve our issue here. We got to figure out what's pissing this guy off first. So we're going to do that. Well, hopefully we're going to do that soon. And who do we find in here but Medley? Of course. You know, she ends up being the damsel in distress we gotta rescue. I knew there's a reason we followed her through here. Okay, so we got some green bokoblins here to deal with. Nothing that we haven't dealt with before. Remember, he fought one of these guys at the end of the Forsaken Fortress. So obviously, you know, throwing two at you is not going to do much of a difference. Okay, well maybe that one actually managed to get hit on me. Oh, boo-hoo. Seriously, what's the point of that guy even holding a shield? It doesn't do any good. Well, guess what? Now you get to fight your first moblin. Yes, remember these guys from the Forsaken Fortress, although they were a different color, but the only difference is these guys don't carry lanterns, these, you know, blue bokoblins. But as far as I know, they're no more powerful than the purple bokoblins, or purple moblins. Okay, I forgot how funny that is whenever they, you know, whenever you smack them in the butt with your sword, they do that really hilarious animation. But yeah, they go down pretty easy. And that will free Medley, who unfortunately will not be able to speak normally because her voice actor is not available at the moment. You did not hear that from me. Whatever. You got a skull necklace. You can keep it in your spoils bag. This rather off-putting accessory would appear to be of little value, but shown to the right person is apparently of great worth. Yes, great worth indeed. There are two places I know of that you can use it, and they're both on Windfall Island. But yeah, as I was saying before, Yoshi Fan 2012 was unfortunately unable to voice for a little while. Okay, so MCG, you came to rescue me. Oh, thank you. I have to tell you what I found out. This is terrible. Some creature's doing awful things to Great Valu's tail. Things that are definitely not sexual in nature. That's why he's so angry. Oh man, I apologize for that. The Great Valu's tail hangs down to the room right below here. There's gotta be something in there. I wonder if those mean monsters capture me has something to do with it. We gotta do something now, before it's too late. I'll go and tell everyone what's happened. Here, MCG. Use this to get out of here. That's what I used to get this far. It's the device we Rito used before we evolved wings. Well, clearly you haven't evolved beyond me, because we got through this dungeon, you know, up to this point without this. But anyways, you got the grappling hook. This was an item used by the Rito people before they had wings. Set it to use blah 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 blah, and I'm screen and press that button to aim. Use this item to latch onto anything with a utility device on it. You can even use it to haul things up from the seafloor while on your boat. When you're burped. I guess I should say it properly. Here, Makug, climb up on that little ledge over there so I can show you something. Okay, fine then. Well, why did you need that? You can fly. You have wings. Yeah, you have wings, and you just flew, and you were telling me before you need that thing to get this far? Whatever. Grab this branch with a grappling hook, and you can swing over there to get out of this area. When you aim at a branch, you can latch onto blah 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 utility device will appear. Remember that. Don't you worry about me, Makug. Get going. I won't worry about you. Why do you think I made it this far? I didn't make it this far by worrying about you. Heavens no. Okay. So yes, as Medley said, there will be uses for this on your bird. But we will be discovering that once we are back out at sea, obviously. I'm not going to take the time to explain its uses on the bird right now. But as you can see, that's basically how the grappling hook works. We've been using that very often. The grappling hook has a lot more uses than the game lets on, actually. A lot more. Some very, very, very important uses that I'll be getting to later. But basically, it can also be used in combat. You can't really use it to hurt enemies necessarily, but it does have a very vital usage in combat. And you would do well to remember that. So, as you can see here, we're going to use the grappling hook to reach an area we could not previously access. You know, it's basically how it works with any upgrade in any Zelda or Metroid game. You know, you get the upgrade, then you use it immediately. Or almost immediately. Whatever the equivalent of immediately is in said game. So anyways, in here we have an interesting situation here. We have a poor blue bokoblin that just can't seem to, you know, not get himself into a dangerous situation here. So we're going to burn ourselves and save the bokoblin, because that's what we do best. That's what we do best as the hero. Actually, you know what? I wasn't supposed to take down the bridge anyways, but luckily, it respawns if you die, just like you. Okay. Oh god. Didn't expect to see you in there. Hello. What's up? I'm just gonna steal your Deku stick after you're done, you know, plummeting into the, you know, boiling lava here. I'm gonna light that torch and make that treasure chest appear. And then I have no further use of this stupid, you know, Deku stick. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm going to save it, because I have another use for it that's going to be very, very epic, and, you know, just for entirely for using your viewing pleasure. And oh my god, I really, really want that, so I'm gonna throw that. Completely throw that away. As you can see, there was something flying around there that came out of that jar. That is a fairy, my friends. And as soon as you see a fairy, you're going to want to immediately catch it in a ball. I know that sounds cruel and unusual, but trust me, it's going to be worth it in the end. Come on, Link. Link! Come on, Link. We've done this before, Link. Link! Link! What? Grab! Just Link. Oh my god, Link. Come on, get it into the bottle! Come back and be in the bottle. Fairy. 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 Fairies! 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 Fairies are real! Shut up, dude. Just shut up. Just capture the fairy! Dude. Are you serious? Are you serious right now, dude? Wait. Is that even a fairy? I seriously thought that was a fairy. You did not see that. You did not see that. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, we're going to grab the Deku stick here. And we're going to do something very epic with it. What are we going to do? We're going to do this. Because I am feeling suicidal today. No, I'm just kidding. The only thing that happens is we just end up down here where the treasure chest is and we can open it. There you go. With that, we get a joy pendant. Ooh, a joy pendant. They're so hard to find. No, they're not. And that reminds me, I actually had a moment to show off that combat skill with the grappling hook earlier, and I completely messed it up. I totally forgot about it. Whatever. Well, I'm angry about it, so I'm going to throw a Deku stick to express my anger, and then I'm going to go into this next room here. This is the room we've been to several times now. But now we have something interesting here. We have a cage, we have a platform that is suspended in the cage, and a lava spider keeps on touching it, you know, semi-inappropriately because it's on the bottom. It's, you know, and the platform is not necessarily asking for that now, is it? So we're going to retaliate by freeing, you know, this poor platform from its shambles, and instead we're going to kill ourselves, because that's what we do best. And I seriously am just the worst today with these awful jokes. Yeah, I know I'm not funny at all, but seriously. It's ridiculous. All you have to do is just hit all of them at once. There you go. Okay, so now with this platform free of ropes, you can now use it to access a room that is otherwise impossible to access. With these chains, these platforms that are suspended by chains. We can go up the slider here. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so hungry right now. It is only 6 o'clock in the morning here. Yeah, like I said, this is my first time recording since I got back from my 4-day weekend, so... And my sleep schedule's like really messed up. I'm actually... Like, I'm supposed to be awake now, you know, according to my normal sleep schedule. But on my current sleep schedule, I am actually very, very sleepy right now, because I've been awake since like 9 o'clock in the morning yesterday, which is kind of a big deal for me. Okay, dude, wrong thing. Why didn't you... Oh, yeah, that's right, because I replaced my stupid bottle with it. Or replaced it with my bottle. That's right. Okay, so, anyways. In order to unlock the door that's right behind you, you're going to have to use this thing here. There you go. By grabbing onto it, that will unlock the door for you. Then you'll epically jump back before being hit by those keys, so that you can access this next room. Okay, now I'm not gonna try to jump to that, because that'd be stupid, and I would obviously fall back into the lava. So I'm not going to do that. So anyways, yeah, I wasn't very clear about it, but skull necklaces are actually the main drop that you get from moblins, whereas joy pendants you get from bokoblins. You know, like I said before, every single enemy, regular enemy, I guess, except, you know, sans keys, has some sort of valuable item to drop. And you're gonna, generally, your best bet is to get 10 or 20 of each of those items, because they'll be very useful for certain side quests later on in the game. So it's just important to know that early on so you can collect these as soon as possible, and that is where the grappling hook comes in handy. Now, this centipede enemy right here, I don't remember what they're actually called, but there's no use for them with the grappling hook as far as I can remember, but we can go try right now. Okay, so no, yeah, there is it. All it does is kind of like stun them a little bit, but that's it. So you're not going to want to kill this one. What you're going to want to do actually is get it into its ball form, and then you're going to set it on this platform here. Now this button, this switch, can only be activated when something's on it. So once you do that, you can access this treasure chest here, which looks a lot different than any other treasure chest we've seen so far, so it must have something special in it. And it does. It has the big key. Use the gain entrance to the room where the dungeon's boss lurks. So there you have it. Press up the control pad to seek for yourself on your map. We don't need to seek for ourselves on the map. Rather, instead, we have some backtracking to do. Yes. We have one treasure chest that we could not access before, but now that we have the grappling hook, we can access it. So, instead of going to the boss, I'm going to torture you first by forcing you to watch me go to that treasure chest. Okay, no, I'm not going to torture you like that. I'm just going to cut to where it is, but yeah. I don't know if we'll be taking... Yeah, in fact, actually, we won't be taking on the boss in this episode. We'll be doing that next time, because I like to do bosses on your own videos. Okay, actually, yeah, I guess I should introduce the fire keys, but yeah, they're very simple. Other than I guess they cause more damage, maybe? I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy here. You're asking the wrong guy. Okay, anyways, I'll see you guys at that treasure chest. Okay, one more thing. When you're swinging back to the beginning of this long room that we start out off in to get to where the boss key is, you are going to have to kind of, you know, climb further up the rope in order to reach the door to get back out. So there you go. Okay, and then when you get back to this room, then you have to obviously use a water jaw to make a platform here on this lava spire in order to get back up. Okay, now I'll meet you guys where that treasure chest is. Okay, so in the pretty much the very beginning of the dungeon, back in this room on this side, we're going to go through this door right here. And our treasure chest awaits us right here past a grappling point. But first, let's deal with these choo-choos, these stupid choo-choo trains. Or this train of choo-choos, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Okay, whatever, I'm done with those guys. We're going to swing across this gap here. Okay. Wait, first things first. You're going to want to get your flaming Deku stick from this guy. That was actually pretty cool what I just did right there. I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but okay, yeah, I kind of did there. I'm sorry. Dude, just shut up. Just go away. No one likes you. No one cares for you. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's like someone. I'm sure there's someone out there who really appreciates what you do. You know, this whole lunging at people thing. But you know, you gotta stop it. Okay? You know, if you don't fix that habit now, you know, it's going to reflect on you later in life, you know, and you know, it's just going to look bad on you. You can't just lunge at anyone you want, you know, it doesn't work that way. Okay, what do we got in here? Well, it was worth it, because we got ourselves another treasure shot. Yeah, we're just picking these things up, and we still haven't quite figured out how to get them. Well, actually, we have the means to get them now. I will say that much. Okay, I'll meet you guys back at the boss room. Or the room before the boss room. Alright, here we are. Just a few seconds later, we're back in the room before the dungeon boss. And I thought I saw something cool there. Something that I spoiled earlier. Yeah, something that I definitely spoiled earlier in a blooper take. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm so gonna cut that out. And maybe have it in the end of the video as a blooper. I have no idea. But basically, I had a very, very stupid moment. I'll just say that much. Okay, this is not a favor. There we go. Yeah, you can't really do the parry attack properly if the enemy's up, you know, is in a position of authority above you. No, I'm just kidding. Not authority, but you know, whatever. Okay, what is going on? Why is there was like a little shining thing that keeps appearing. Okay, whatever. Kept on appearing in the bottom left corner of the screen. Anyways, we got ourselves a yellow rupee, which is total waste because we've already reached our max capacity at the moment for rupees, but whatever. But here we get a knight's crest, keeping your spoils bag. All who are skilled in the ways of the sword know the value of a crest such as this. Now, the enemy that drops these, we have not encountered yet. We won't be for quite a while, so it's very odd that they give it to you this early in the game, like just this random, you know, teaser item, basically. But what's more important is what's in one of these jars here. And you're going to want to have your bottle equipped here because this is very, very important. And it's going to be very, very helpful to you later on. Not the joy pendant. Screw joy pendants. Actually, don't screw them because they're kind of... The reward you get for getting, you know, all of them to Mrs. Mary is worth it. Okay, right here. This, my friends, is our very first fairy. Immediately catch it in the bottle. Wait, what? I said, there we go. Catching a ball just like that. You caught fairy in the ball. When your life energy runs out, you collapse from exhaustion. This fairy will replenish your strength. Set to Y, Z, or X and use it if you want to replenish your energy immediately. So basically, fairies on the field, whenever you touch them, they will immediately refill your health. And one other thing that you don't have quite yet, but basically they act as an extra life, like a 1-up in the Mario games, or health basically. But when you catch one in a bottle, that fairy is literally basically a 1-up, an extra life, if you will. So when you die, say to a boss for example, you will automatically be refilled and have your, you know, basically that's what happens. The fairy circles around you and your health gets refilled. And that's pretty much all you need to know before going into the first dungeon boss of the game. So, next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, we will do just that. So, see you guys then. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye. I apologize for my disgusting humor in this episode.